Hi there, my name is Graham. In Second Life, I'm known as Hrdtop75 Deluxe. I volunteer at the Virtual Railway Consortium. The Virtual Railway Consortium consists of members and groups that enjoy the railways around Second Life. They provide free open source scripts and builds for the residents to enjoy. In this series, I'm going to make a mesh locomotive from scratch using free software found on the net and open source scripts from the Virtual Railway Consortium. The reason why I'm making this series is to show you how it can be easy to make something from scratch and prevent DMCA takedowns. DMCA being Digital Millennium Copyright. But most importantly, help out newcomers to the railroads in Second Life. Join me live once a week, Mondays 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Sunday 2400 SLT. The video will also be available for viewing later as well. But for now, let's get on with the build. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back. All my camera settings have changed by the looks of this. We're on the 10th episode. Pretty sure it's the 10th episode. In the beginning intro, it always says 2400. It is now 2200 SLT. Why it shifted 2 hours? That's beyond me. It doesn't mean my packages from America is going to get here any quicker. I'll tell you that for a fact. In the last episode, we looked at uploading models to Second Life. We looked at the reason why we look into the level of display, or LOD as many people say, the distance that we can actually see the model from. We look at these things because we want to know, if it's a boat, a train, something that's a large object from a distance. We don't want it to be all of a sudden in your face and blah blah blah. Today I'm going to show you why we look at our model before we upload it to Second Life. It is possible to make mistakes and not see it. I find the time to look at these mistakes is actually in world. So don't be upset if you're going to upload an object and it costs you $20-30 Linden dollars, and then find out that there's a small mistake that you have to fix up. It is not that bad. When you really think about the price of the Linden dollar compared to, like for my instance, the Australian dollar, it's really nothing. It's like 10 cents. So I think that's pretty cool. It's not going to break the bank. Now, the problem I did have in And I didn't even notice it in the last episode. I had no idea. I actually had an issue with, and obviously we're on the I'm going to go over into Second Life, obviously. Going ahead of myself. Okay, so we're up in my where I build a lot of my stuff. And we're going to have a quick look at the model that I was telling you about. This is what we uploaded last time. You can see there's a few imperfections. A little bit of lighting issue on it as well. I'm actually in my preferences. I'm in a lower setting right now. So everything looks a little bit darker on this model. However, when we look inside the model, we're going to have to turn the graphics up by the looks of this. Preferences, graphics. Let's go up there. There we go. I'm just one setting underneath Ultra. So we look up, and you can see these squares. My camera's in the way, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. So you can see these squares here. Part of the texture, part of the model. Realistically, it's part of the model. So what I did last time was, I think I Alt right clicked to go up and over the model on the inside of the cab. And what I did was made it smooth vert, smooth edges, smooth faces. And something's happened, and I actually forgot to do that to the other 3 sides as well. So there's actually 2 parts of the build that wasn't smoothed out, where the center was. I'm pretty sure you can see that there. Go on this one. Being right there. That's part of it not being smoothed out. Come over here, and part of that's not smoothed out as well. So you can see the difference there. So I actually fixed that. But at the same time, I finished off the texture. You can see here on top, that was where I stretched out this texture and just made it all kind of look weird and wacky. It was all over the place. But also to keep within my high standards of TOS, which is not copying anybody else and blah, 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 blah. I've also gone through and made some changes to the image. It was pretty quick. I didn't have a great deal of time, but what I basically done was I opened up the file to the locomotive behind the 48 class, and I picked the main colour that I used from last time. The reason why I did that was because I want these 2 locomotives to, when they're together, they semi look alike, just a little bit alike. It'd be nice to have them both matching up, but in real life, they actually paint these locomotives and they don't mix the paint properly. So there's like a million different colours of this brown. So I'm not super stressed about it. However, I fixed everything up. I took away, don't know if we can see that or not, right there. I actually took away the rails as well by copying and pasting across here. I took a reference point, made sure that I was right down the line there, copied it, mirrored it like that, and sent it across to the other side. So it worked out well. I had to do a little bit of Photoshop to get rid of these rails. A lot of the textures around here I also cleaned up. Got rid of the rails at the front and tried my best to match the colours of the yellows around the locomotive. So when you look at it now, it doesn't look a great deal like that. Yeah, she's changed a bit, I tell you. So I guess it's time to have a look at the new upload, because I had to upload it because of that smoothness error that I done on the first build. Fixed it up, fixed up the texture as well. So let's go and have a look at it. There she is. She's a little bit different. I done a really super quick paint job on it. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but what do you do? I smoothed it out. I used the same picture as, the same colour. I did a colour picker on 4204 back there, Grandma. And I basically went over this model and smoothed out a lot of the really weird and funky shiny textures. Went around, done that. I also made the cab. If you're on the Facebook group that we made a long time ago for our Second Life, how do you say, our group or shop? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We actually found a locomotive in town. Somebody had actually taken a video footage of the cab and went around, done the whole thing, so we had a really good idea of what was going on. Looking in through there's a few little texture errors that I'm not 100% happy with. You can see up here in the corner, 1, 2, 3 faces. That's because I didn't smooth the cab out. I really should have, or flattened it. You got the options of smoothing, flattening, and something else. What was it? Sharpening. No, sharpening. Okay. So let's go back into here. I think, obviously, I can see that. If you were using this locomotive at the time, you probably wouldn't notice it. I could also take away the shine which is something that we're going to do. We'll get closer to the end of the build and I'll show you how to do that. I've just added shine to it now from the original texture, so I've actually cheated. But that is the basic scene of what you're going to see. Why isn't there a door here, you say? That's because you can't walk in there. You actually go through the sides. All of your access panels are on the side here. There is a door here. If you look on the Facebook page that we've got, the Australian Locomotive Shed, I think we called it. You'll actually see that there is actually a door there. I haven't put the handle in there yet. I'm thinking I might copy and paste a few images into it later. Then again, I might not run with that. I might even put a proper handle in there. But that door actually leads to something in here. And when we look at the model, you can see over here, there's something there. So tell me what that is. And once again, I'm a man of my word. I'll give away a free copy of this model when I'm finished with it. A working free model. And all you have to do is tell me, what is that there, right there? And why is it there? It took me a little while to figure out what it was, but if you get it, I'm more than happy to give away a model to you. Now, I've done the imaging. You see, it looks a little bit dodgy. I still need to clean it up a little bit. The lights look a little bit dodgy, but I'm not actually going to leave it like that. I'm actually going to add a light there so that it actually glows. So I'm going to add a prim around it, like a round style of a prim with a light cover around it. I'm going to add that into it. They give off a light sheen, a colour. When they're in forward mode, they're white. When they're in reverse, they're red. And I think there's directionals as well, where there's one light on one side and one light on the other. I'm not 100% sure of the rules of the railway with their lightings and blah blah blah. But also, as part of the texture, I did a quick, how do you say, a bit of a quick texture around the windows to give it that black kind of a rubbery kind of a look to it. Not 100% perfect, but that's inside and out, so I mean that could be improved as well. Still going to make the doors. We'll do that later on. But that's what we've got for now. That's where we are, and we're a long way away from how the image originally looked, which it looks realistic over there, but at the same time, that was a photo that somebody's actually put onto the internet, and I just used it as reference. I didn't want it to look like that. That looks too realistic for me. So I've cleaned it up, smoothed it out, changed a few things up, and laid over the top of it. So it's not 100%. So our next job, obviously I'm going to delete this model over here on the right hand side. I'm going to come back and have a look at this one later on. For now, we're going to have to go into Blender, and we're going to start on the chassis. As I was saying in some of the advertisements today, and I thought I'd pull this out. This is pretty cool. My old next door neighbour gave me a stubby cooler from the New South Wales Railway Museum, and I'd love to go down there and pray to God that 07's down there so we can have a look at it. See how we go. But Matty Carr, thanks for the stubby cooler. Let's get into Blender. I've got my Second Life stuff there. Let's go into... So that's our last build. We are now going to go the lower half. At this current stage, what we're going to do, or what I've already done, sorry, is I've already copied this program and called it the chassis. I just completely copied it, so we're no longer in, I think I labelled it 48 class, cab, upper cab, something like that. I've now saved it as, in the same folder as 48 chassis. All I've done is copied and paste. That's all I've done. So technically I should still have my my front image and my side image still there. It should all be perfectly aligned. I should now be able to go in, delete it, add a cube, start again. So as long as we save it, everything's going to be fine. I've already got the previous saved, so now I can do scenes. Scenes. So I can now technically, with B, okay, B for border select, highlight the whole object. We're in texture mode now. We can go into object mode or solid mode. As you can see, everything there is now, oh, it's not selected. Dirty. Let's go to Control 3, which is the front. A to deselect. We'll go into wireframe mode. So you can see our images now. B to border select. And that should have collected everything. Obviously I'm not stressed out about the suns and the light fixtures, and we don't see that anywhere. Delete. What are we going to do? Faces? That should have got everything. B to border select. Go over it again. I don't see anything highlighted. We're going to go to border select. Did I do that? Yeah. Yeah, nothing selected. Everything is now gone. It's now gone. Control 3 to go back into left ortho or local. I'm going to go to down the bottom, add, mesh, cube. Can we move it? Grab it on Z. That looks pretty good. Lined up there. Let's now grab it on the Y. Grab Y. I'm not 100% sure where center is, but we're going to find out. Grab Y, which is front to back. Unlike Second Life, front to back is X. I'm going to grab... let's scale it. Okay. A. Grab it all again with the A button. We're going to go scale on the Y. I've only picked one parameter. That's all I've done. Let's grab that on the Y. And that looks pretty good to me. It looks as if there's a bit of a problem with their image. Let's have a quick... no. Yeah, that's an image problem. I just had a look at the model, which we'll go back and have a look. So everyone knows our famous barbecue looking, Homer Simpson barbecue looking thing. So what I was looking at, what I was worried about was here and here, to see if that was actually flat, like in Blender. So we go back to Blender quickly. And as you can see, it kind of doesn't line up over here. Why that is, I'm not 100% sure. Go back to our drawing pad quickly, super quick. And that looks like that on that perspective because my camera's a long way out. And obviously today we're working on the pink part of the locomotive. That's our main goal today. Please excuse my next door neighbour as well. He's having a bit of a tanty at the moment. Yeah, bit of a crybaby. So you're going to have cars revving up in the background. Crazy kid, I'll tell you. Okay, let's go back and have a look at this model in Blender. Control 3. A. Let's go there. Go wireframe still. Yes. Border select. And I want to select all 4 at the bottom. All 4 verts. With the border select. Control 3 to go back into your image. I want to grab this on the Z-axis. And there's our pointer right there. See the bottom of the stairs? We're going to line that up there. So I've lined it up to here. This is actually the lowest part of our build, right there. I'm also now going to go into our front view. And we're a long way off center. Very, very, very long way off center. So A to grab everything. Grab it on the X axis. And we'll just center it there. And now we'll scale it on the X. S to scale, X for the axis. I think there's not too bad. I'm going to run with the handrail, just inside the handrail a little bit. There, okay. So we've found our front. Control 3 to go into our side mode. Make sure it still is scaled properly. Everything looks pretty good. Now we want to start looking into where we're going to start putting our cuts into this model, or loop cut and slides is also another thing that we're going to call it. We've obviously separated it now from the top of the model, so we don't have to look at the top model anymore. There's a couple of things I want to look at on the model. Let's go to Google quickly. You can see, let's have a look at a couple of models here. Looks like it's on the driver's side. Hopefully there's here we go, right there. 03. You can see there's a step, a form of step there to get up. Well, I don't know if it's a step on or it might be, I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth. But obviously if we want to make the model, we want to make it correctly, we're going to chuck that in as well. I don't think it's a storage compartment or something like that. It might be just a place to do your switches or something, I don't know. As you can see, there's a model there and that's got the hole in it as well. That looks handmade actually when you look at that. Let's have a look. Here we go. Here's another side view. It's a very small image. Let's have a look at this. You can see the hole there again, but it's obviously not on. It's obviously not on the passenger side or the conductor. Oh, excuse me. Oh, there's a what? It is on the conductor side as well. Well, on that model it is, and that's a Mark 4 maybe? Yeah, it's a Mark 4. Let's go and have a look for some more. Because I don't think they even line up now that I look at it. We might be putting in a little bit of double time. Here we go. See, that's different again. What's that, a Z scale or something? There we go. Another right hand side, the PL series, which is just basically the cut front. See, that's different again. Oh, we know that we're going to have to make, here we go, here's another, that's got the cut in the front section. Go back up to the top, and it's at the rear. Oh, bad picture. Excuse me. Come on, where's my pictures? Where's a good picture? Yeah, right there. You can see how it's gone now to the back. So we're going to be making a few loop cut and slides on this one. We'll go back into Blender. So you're going to see that I'm going to cut it here. I'll be cutting it here as well. I'll be cutting it across the section here. Once again, loop cut and slide there. Loop cut and slide here, here. And then here again for the opposite side. Why that is different, I don't know. But for now, give me a second and I'll be right back. I won't be long. Okay, sorry about that. Let's now look into what we have to change. It's not only this face here that we have to loop cut and slide it, it's also the front. My drawing camera is not exactly the best, so I won't be able to show you all the detail on the front of the model. However, there is cuts in the front as well. You might be able to see that if I go to zoom in. I've used shift with the mouse wheel to zoom in. I might actually raise that front part up as well. You can see one section here, one section here, and we can also see one section here, and then there's multiple different cuts down here. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start cutting into it. Have a little bit of fun with this one, I reckon. This part doesn't exactly have to be 100% perfect, but we're going to have some fun, so that's it. We're going to go back into Tools in Blender. Tools being the top left-hand kind of tab. We're going to go down the bottom here to Loop, Cut and Slide. Your shortcut control is Control R. And the pink line, which I'm hoping everyone can see, you can put in multiple different cuts into there. So let's just go with, I don't know, that'll do the job for now. Just leave them there, right click to unclick everything, A to deselect. We're in wireframe mode. Let's go to B for border select. And we're just going to quickly make sure that I have selected, yeah, there we go. Very good. Control 3 to get back into left mode. Delete or dot on your number pad to get into the closer view. I'm going to grab this on the Y axis, Y being front to back. And we're going to go right there. Actually, no, we're going to move it forward. We'll go there. There we go. That should be the forward facing face. And we'll cut everything back to that. Go A to deselect, B for border select. So I'm creating a border to where I want everything to be. I'm going to go on my number pad 4 to move around, 8 to move up. I've selected everything that I want. Control 3 to go back into side view. I'm going to grab that on the Y axis. I'm going to move that forward. I'm going to move it forward just a bit more. Grab on the Y. Everything's looking good. Pretty happy with that. Okay, let's go to the back end now. A to deselect, B to border select. Grab on the Y, we're going to drag that backwards. We'll do the main face, which is pretty much your, how do you say, your line for your handles, or there's your face right there, you can probably see that there. A, B to border select. We know that everything's lining up now. Grab Y, I don't have to move other things. I'm also thinking about doing a shortcut and not putting that curve in, but I'm not 100% sure at this present stage. Let's have a look into what do we got here? We need to start shifting some of these around. Let's go into A to deselect, A to select all, A to deselect, B, border select, grab on the Y axis. You can see there that on this side it kind of stops there. Like I'm probably going to take a guess about 2 inches maybe. So I'm thinking it's going to be about the same there. We'll go into Google quickly and have a quick look, make sure that we're reasonably close, I guess. I don't know. Left hand side, right hand side is what we're after. See if it changes with all the different right hand side. No. See, that doesn't have it at all, and that's what we're doing for 4807. Yeah, I think it's a mark thing. Yeah, Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. Show me your left hand side, buddy. There's another 07. Yeah. Want more right hand side pictures. You think I'm going to get one? Probably not. There we go, right hand side. I reckon we do it. Stick it in there, just chuck it in there. See how we go. Okay, let's go back into Blender. Let's just mirror that and see if anyone notices. So we're going to go A to deselect, B to border select. We're going to grab it on the y-axis, and we'll probably go about there because it lines up with the window. A to deselect, B to border select, grab it there, grab on the Y, and then we'll line it up with this side. A, B to border select, grab on the Y, drag it up and line it up there. Okay. We now look into the model. I'm not happy with the height at the moment. I think it could come up at the bottom and come up at the top as well, but what I might do is A to deselect, B to border select. We have to be in wireframe to do this as well, so that everything's equal. You can see how it selects. Control 3 to go back into side view. Delete key on the number pad to get an even view. I'm going to grab that on Z, and we just line it up there. Gives me a little bit more control over the model later on anyway. Now, I can see multiple different pieces here that I'm going to have to model to. So I'm going to go into A to deselect. I'm going to go to loop cut and slide. And there's a few loops that we're going to have to do. This is where we need a good eye. So we'll just drag, I reckon we'll do a few loop cuts. And if it doesn't work out, we'll just merge it or do something else with it, I don't know. Okay. A to deselect. Oh, right click to anchor. A to deselect. B to border select. And you can see how we've got this part up the top here. It is actually higher than this part here. I'll quickly zoom in so that we get a better idea of what's going on. So you got one level here as we come down, the next level here, and then another level here. So we're going to grab that layer that we just highlighted, grab it on the Z axis now because we're moving up. Bang, right there. A to deselect. I'm going to go A to grab everything, delete on the number pad so I can view everything. A to deselect. B to border select. Grab on Z. A to deselect. B to border select. Grab it on the Z once again because we want to go up, and I'll line it up to there. There's our next area or height of the model. A to deselect, B to border select. Our next level of height in this model is obviously going to be here, right along that line, which is the, we'll just say, the lower part of the mainframe, I'd imagine you'd call it. I don't know. Grab on the Z. We'll raise it up. We're right there. Haven't lined it up good. Grab Z. That was good. Next. A. I'm going to go A, grab everything. Dot or delete on your number pad. A to deselect. B to border select. I'm going to grab it on Z. And there's your first part there. Now, grab Z. You can see there's a big square here where the coupler attaches to. I'm not actually going to add that to the model because I've already got that added to the coupler model, so I'm not stressed out about that. Looking at the bottom of the model now, that's out of whack too. So we can go A to deselect, B to border select, select all, zoom in, come over to the right hand side, which is control mouse wheel. I'm going to go grab Z. Oh shit, I forgot a face on there too. We'll have to go and check that out later. A, grab it all, delete key on the number pad, and then I've got one more to put in. A to deselect, B to border select. We're going to go there to center ourselves again. Grab it on the Z axis, and we're going to lift it up to here. I'm actually missing, don't know if I want to put them stairs in or not. I think we should. I think we should. Okay. A, we'll go to loop cut and slide. And I'm going to grab that, move it forward. It's a good idea to do this now, because when you start shrinking things in and start cutting things, things might not line up afterwards, and you might have even more problems than you want. Okay, A, loop cut and slide. Stick one in there too. That kind of lines up with that. I'm a little bit happy with that. That's pretty good. Okay, we go to A. We go to loop cut and slide, so I want an extra face in here. Actually want another two faces. Put it in. A, B to border select. Grab on the Y axis because we want to go front and back. A, B to border select. Grab on the Y. Now we have to do the same to the front. Going back this way. I just found another layer as well that I haven't put in. Beta board, loop cut and slide, sorry. Loop cut and slide. Don't know if I want to do that or not, but this looks a little, yeah, there it is right there. May as well put it in. Why not? Why not? Why not? Do it now, otherwise you'll be paying for it later. Okay, beta border select. No, sorry. Right click on the mouse, get rid of that. We'll go to loop cut and slide. Grab it, move it. A to deselect. Loop cut and slide, or the shortcut Control R. A loop cut and slide. Beautiful. Everything's actually lined up pretty good, like front to backs. So I'm pretty happy with that. A to select all, loop cut and slide. This is where we're lining up all of our faces. I'm not worried about the stairs for now. That's something I can cut in later. Because a lot of these verts that you're seeing right now, what do we got? We got faces, triangles, verts. We've got 360 verts already, and all we've got is a big cube. So it's not something I'm stressed out about right now. Just going to have a quick look at a model. Oh, that kind of kicks out as well too, doesn't it? Damn. Okay, now it's time to start. This is a nightmare. I didn't think this front end would be a nightmare. I really didn't. Alright, let's get into it. 1, I think, for the front. Okay. Should go Control 3. Just make sure that we've got all of our faces there. Yeah. I think I'm missing one at the front. Try and keep very focused on what you're doing too. It is very easy to come unstuck. I'm going to go beta border select, and I've just noticed this front end's not where I want it. Grab Y. There you go. I don't think it would have been a massive issue, but I didn't like it. And there we go, there's another one there. Hey, what about this part here? I don't think I put a loop cut in there. I'm using... No, I didn't. Should I? I'm going to probably say no. Probably say no on that one. Everything's looking good. The only part that worries me right now is this part here, how it comes up. I think that meets up around here. However, I reckon I might be able to angle it back on a different angle to make it look semi-reasonable anyway. Let's go to the front. One on the number pad. Probably not the best image to go off. I'm going to need a model but to have a look at. So the model that I'm looking at has actually got points on this side of the rail and this side of the rail. And we're going to put them in right now. And that's the furthest point of the model too. the most furthest point. So we go loop, cut and slide. That's not even center. It's not even center, man. What are you doing? We get a grab all, grab on the x-axis, put it on that blue line. Grab X. There we go. We're on the blue line, or close enough to anyway. A to deselect. Loop, cut and slide now. And we want to duplicate it. Right click to anchor, and I want to scale that in. Wow, this model's not, maybe this image is all over the place. Probably put my money on the image. So we're going to scale that on the X. Okay, I can see what's going down now. And we're going to grab it on the X as well. Move it towards here. Because a beta border select, grab it on the X, and that'll line everything up. Negative. That's reasonably close anyway. What I might do is go Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Yes, it does work here. B, border select, grab X. I don't like that image. It's even there, because it's on the angle, that's why. You see, and even it's too low there as well. It should be. A to select, deselect, loop, cut and slide, double, negative, Control Z, loop, cut and slide. Come on, mate. Control Z, Control Z, loop, cut and slide, multiply it, then put it down, right click to anchor, scale it on the X. I think that's good enough. Yeah, it's kind of center. Alright, I'm going to do the average on it. That'll do the job. Next, I'm going to keep looking back at this model because it's the same front and rear. Actually, one side's not. It's pretty close, but okay, so let's go to our camera. I don't know how well you guys are going to see this. Picking the wrong scenery. Okay. So you might be able to see the front of that. You might be able to. Where it's kind of here, then it comes out further. I'm going to put money on you guys not being able to see that. Anyway, we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. So, there is parts of the model where I think, if I go back into... There are parts of the model I think we can just add cubes to. Here we go. There's a bit of a picture here. Oh, nice picture, buddy. Try and find another picture. Oh, excuse me. Is that a good one? No, my God. See, man, these images are so small. What's going on here? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So you can see the front here. It's extended further than the rails, but it also, that's a flat edge there. There's a flat edge to there. And then it flattens out again. But there's a cube in there. I'm actually thinking I might not put the cube in there at the moment. I'm not 100% sure. But currently what you guys can see on my screen is just a cube. Boom. All the way down. It's obviously not going to stay like that. So we'll keep going. How far this under part of the chassis goes, I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to probably guess the same as the sidewalks. So keep rolling, see how we go. Okay, so we've averaged that one out. We'll go to loop cut and slide, and I think that next part comes back into here, exactly where it is now. Maybe a little bit to the right, a little bit. Grab, no. Oh, yeah. Loop cut and slide. Put it down with the left button. Shift it with the mouse. Put it down with the left. They just select everything. Loop cut and slide. Put it down. Move it with the left. Move it with the mouse. Anchor it with the left. A. We also need a point in the center. Loop cut and slide. Put it down. Put it down with the left. Because right here is the point of the locomotive down the bottom. So I really want that to be part of what I'm doing. This line here is a little bit out, but that's to the front image. I think I might get away with it, what I'm doing, what I want to do anyway. So let's now find out where the other parts are. That goes in nicely. Yes, yes, yes. Everything's going good. There's no other sections there that I have to compensate for. Actually, there is. There is. Okay, next to the handrail on the underbody, loop cut and slide. And we need to add a little piece like this here. And this is going to be the difficult part because it's now guesswork. Because I didn't factor it in earlier on. Actually, we should... yeah, we're going to do that then. We'll see how far back we can go. Control Z. Oh, beautiful. Okay, let's go. Loop cut and slide. Scroll the mouse wheel. We've got to anchor it down. Scale on the X for sideways. So we're both going to be 100% even both sides now. That looks pretty good. A to deselect. loop cut and slide, and we need a center right there. And that's it. She's centered. Okay. The old Control Z works sometimes. Goes pretty good. I just want to go back into Control 3 because I'm now worried about this edge here. Ah, yes. Okay. How far up does that go? Oh, it's got a double kicker in it. Okay. A to select all, loop cut and slide. And I want to kick it in the deck right there. There you go. You can see this little line there. We go to the front part of the locomotive. We'll anchor that with the left and right. A to deselect. Actually, no, we'll grab that again. And then we'll go to number 1 on the keypad. And that's where that's going to line up. So everything's looking pretty good. A little bit suspect, that image. That's not 100% square, so that's the joys of images from the internet, I guess. Let's now look at, actually that's lined up really well too. That's done a real good job. I'm super happy with that. Because we're going to measure off the walkway off the side as well. Straight off the chassis, right off there. Very nice, very nice. Let's go to side view, Control 3 for ortho. A to select everything, delete or dot on your number pad, zoom in. A to deselect. Alright. Now there's quite a fair bit there that we can start deleting. Now that we've got things lined up, or do we? What's going on here? Why is that part there different to there? Oh, it's that box. You can see it more on one side than the other. Why is it there? I've got no idea. Absolutely no idea. Oh, it's a storage box. Judging off the model that I'm looking at, it looks like a storage box. Let's keep going, but let's keep going. Oh. One thing I didn't realise was now that I was just looking at the model, you can see I've got a double. Let's go to faces. I've actually chosen a face here. That face is actually the catwalk, and these faces here disappear up and under. So that's going to be quite interesting. This is going to be an interesting part of the build, I tell you. Confusing and interesting. We really need to be able to go and see one. Take all these questions and go and have a look at a model. How much is that going to cost? If it did cost something, I couldn't afford it. So that part there is interesting. I don't think it needs to dip up. I really don't think it needs to. I reckon you could probably run that flat. You could run that flat and get away with that. Let's cut the wheel parts out, because that's obviously something that we don't have to deal with right now. Go go back into What about face mode? That should collect. What am I doing? A to select everything. Center my view with the delete key. A beta ball to select in wireframe mode, which is down here. Wireframe mode. And I'm going to select the areas that's not needed. Okay. We should be able to go delete faces. That should be everything gone from that area. Now, let's go and have a look at... I can't exactly go shifting... probably could. Probably could, actually. Let's go into solid mode so we can see what we're doing. I want to grab... Damn, what have you done? What have you done? I want to try and keep everything damn. Oh, I think I may have cocked up here. Let's do something shonky. I don't like shonky, but it looks like it might have to be done. Let's grab edges. Oh, I don't like doing this. Okay. Let's go into Control 3. Side view. There we go. In wireframe mode as well. I want to go into edge mode, go extrude on Z. I'm in edge mode, why is it showing faces? That's a bit silly. That's a bit silly. Grab Z. Probably go into there and then go back into Control 3 for side view. Yep, there we go. And we're going to try and shift that back into there. So grab Z, delete to center the view again. You can see we're out. Grab Z and center it there. That should now give us an anchor point to bring across our fronts to backs where we've done our loop cut and slides. It's always the first part of the model that it does your head in, but if you kick back and relax for a bit and have a good think about it, guaranteed you're going to end up getting the process done correct. So try not to stress out too much. Looks like I'm losing. I've actually left out some slides as well. So hopefully if I can loop cut and slide it again when I'm finished, everything should be alright. What I'm going to do is go into vert mode, which I'm already in. Go into vert mode, zoom in right there. I'm going to go into shift to grab the other vert, which doesn't want to let me do what I'm doing. So I'll grab that one on the Y-axis or Z? X-axis, there you go. Shift it away, and I'm going to merge it. Merge at last. There you go. A. Now, it's a bit chunky because there's no vert here, there's no vert there, there's no vert there. So, I'm going to go onto the other side because I'm just trying to get my bearings at the moment for my model. Come up there, you can see it's there. I'm going to grab that on the x-axis, drag it away, and then I'm going to go there and merge at last. A. There we are, to deselect. Now we've got all of our points back. So I can probably now go to the front. I don't think I need to go under like that either. So there's going to be some issues. But problem solving, one of my favourite games. Come on, mate. Okay, we're going to go extrude on Z. Actually, I've been forgetting to check out all of our faces. The faces are looking good, aren't they? I've been forgetting. Obviously, the little piece that you can see coming out of the model, that's the direction of the face. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty happy. But then again, we did start with a very easy, a very, very, very basic object. So let's go back into I need to deselect. That's, you can see how it's highlighted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners, or 5 edges, sorry. So that's not the end of the model that we're working on right now. Oh boy, what have we done here? We're going to go into edge mode. I'm going to go Alt, see if I can collect it all. And I have. We'll go back into Control 3, into wireframe mode. And I'm also going to go into Vert as well. I'm going to go to Delete on the keypad, zoom in, grab on the Z axis. And grab it on the Z once again. Delete on the keypad to zoom in. Grab on the Z to move up into position where I want it, and that looks pretty good. Keep in mind that there's probably better ways of doing this. This is just how I go about doing my stuff, you know. That's how I found it easy anyway. Okay, go back into solid mode, so we can see all of our faces. Go A to deselect. There's our corner right there. I'm going to grab it on the x-axis because that's the opposites to Second Life. I'm going to go Shift, right click on that dot there, merge at last. We are going to go and have a look at there. Select, I'm going to grab that on the X once again, shift it away because it's hard to select both verts at the same time. Merge it at the last. A. There we go. Very nice. Now, I don't need. Let's go and have a quick look at some Google Images before I make the call. Yeah, I think I'd be better off doing that too. I've had a thought. Jeez, come on, guys. Didn't really load in that good for me, but anyway. I need a picture of the side. My God, what is it with your small pictures, man? Excuse me. Oh, there's a good one. Okay. Let's go back into Blender and go Control 3. Go into wireframe mode so we can see everything. And there's our image behind us. I know that that piece there, this piece along here is on the very edge. I know that for a fact, which I'm missing a few loop cuts. And the rest of the locomotive, let's go and have a look at my model here. Actually, yeah, that's the only parts that are on the side of the locomotive. So I think we might be able to do some shonky work here. I reckon we'll be laughing. I reckon we're good. Okay, so let's go underneath the locomotive, go back into solid mode so we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to grab some edges, and I feel the need to merge them together, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. Whoa. What's underneath the locomotive? That's pretty good. Okay. Well, we need a center mark, and that's it. So if we go into verts, we go grab that one, grab that one, grab that one, grab that one. Okay, so we're underneath the chassis right now, and we're going to merge it with this one. Merge at last. A. Now, this is probably going to hurt me later on. This is probably going to hurt me later on. So I'm going to go Control Z. And we can do a few shonky cuts later on. We'll do it later. Right now, I feel it would be probably a little bit too early to start playing shonks. So, what's a shonk, they say? When you're trying to do something dodgy and you're trying to reduce, or let's say in this case, I'm going to try and reduce the amount of prims underneath the locomotive. They're not actually needed down there, but I felt the need to cut them out then. But I know that later on that's going to bite me in the backside, so I was being shonky at the time, or being cutting corners, which is probably not the best thing to do right now. So I'm going to extrude this on the y-axis. I don't know which way's forward at the moment, not that it really bothers me. And we're going to move this across, grab Y, I think so, yeah. And what we're going to do is just go grab Y again, just make it a bit closer. A to deselect, go into vert mode, which is your dots, and just go merge at last on a lot of them. If there's an easier way, I'm interested in hearing it. Merge at last. I did this with a locomotive a little while back, where I grabbed two front ends and merged them together with a centerpiece. I think it took me maybe an hour and a half going merge at last all the way around. Okay, we're good. So that's the underbelly of the whole locomotive. We need that center line. It has to stay. But at the end of the day, I don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces underneath the locomotive. Eventually, I'll merge it all down to 2. And then eventually, it might get merged down to 1. So, in a perfect world, 1 face, perfect. But right now, it's not really a necessity. It's not needed. What do we need to do now? We are going to go to this face here, I reckon. What I want to do is lift the inside faces now and push them up into the body. So that if I go to Control 3 and show you the catwalk in wireframe mode, currently we're working here. No, sorry. Oh, it's stuffed up. I need to delete some more faces. Yeah, we need to delete some more faces. Well, you see, I've confused myself now. Wireframe, go back into solid mode. Yeah, we need to delete some faces. So that's now the lower part of the model. Wow, I have confused myself. Control 3, wireframe mode, and we're going to go to bed. I'll tell you what, that's what we're going to be doing. Where's my faces, mate? Come on, right there. Okay, back into solid mode. Okay. Everything's looking good there. I'm going to delete faces. Very good. Go back into Control 3 for, I think that's left also, local. Now we can see our sides. We're going to have to do a little bit of work here for these. I think it's a step. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Why we just step from there to there to there? That's beyond me. I got no idea. There's a step there. Just use it. Okay. Let's go and have a look at. We need to drag this face. Oh, sorry, edge. Call it an edge, not a face. You confuse people. You're already confused enough. Let's go into Control 3 to look into what we're doing. And remember, we need to go up and beyond. So it's that face there that we're after. 1, 2. It's this face here that we have to go up to. So if we go to dot or delete on your number pad to zoom in to center your view, and then I want to go extrude, grab Z And I'm what's going on? Why didn't it work? What's going on? Come on, man. Solid mode again. I want edges. That mode, that one and that one. Yeah. Control 3. That's yellow, it's been selected. I'm going to wireframe so I can see everything. I want to grab it on the Z. No, that's not what you want to do, you clown. Geez, I tell you what, it's going to be very early night for me. Very early night. I'm going to go there. We're going to go into solid so I can see what I'm doing again. Why is it not doing what I want it to do? Control 3 to go into side mode. There is a bit of a lip to that area as well. Damn it. So we're going to go extrude scale on the X. Just a little bit out. Just a little bit. Sold. Okay, into control 3. Extrude on Z axis, which is about there. Alright, we're going to go back into the underbelly. I've got a funny feeling our faces are going to say no. Extrude scale on the X. Feel free to show me where the... Okay, got to go back into wireframe mode. Grab X. Oh, shizer. Scale X. Okay. Control 3. To go into sides, and we need to raise it to that line. We're going to go to extrude on the Z. And away we go. Grab Z. That's the line that we want to mark it up with. Grab Z. And that's the one. That's it. It's very nice. That now is the level of the upper. Oh. That was the upper and the lower part of the catwalk. That's complete now. So there's a big metal walkway all the way around the inspection area for this locomotive, and we've gotten up to the catwalk now. What I'm going to do now is go, if I'm looking front to rear, I'm now going to drag it out, down, and then match it up with the sides. That's going to give us our inside faces where the pipes run across the side, the air brakes, there's a lot of different air accessories that goes on there, sanders and blah 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 blah. That's what we're going to get up to. And then we're going to start manipulating the ends, push them around, start shaping them. And once I'm happy with how the model's looking, then I'm going to start reducing the amount of triangles or verts. When we're in Blender, we talk verts, the amount of dots. The least amount of dots or verts that you can have, it reduces the amount of triangles in Second Life. So that's where we are. Let's get back into Blender. I was gonna actually have I was actually gonna put my, how do you say, my cam in here, but the way this is going for me at the moment, it's probably a good thing I don't have the cam on, I tell you. Sometimes it can be stressful, I'm not gonna lie, it can be. Let's just quickly go in and have a look at our faces. Let's just make sure that our faces are actually facing the right direction. This one here looks very suspicious to me. And it is very... Oh, we've got a problem. We've got a big problem. Okay. It's problem time, peoples. I can see it already. And it's because I was clowning around. You can see we've got a dot right here. I'm trying my best to highlight that dot for you. I don't think it's going to let me. No, it won't. A, B, it's border select. Yeah, it won't let me select it. So there's a dot right here next to the arrow. What's happened is I've extruded and gone to scale it and then decided not to, and then I've done it again and it's created faces. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's probably multiple faces behind that. I'm going to select everything. I'm going to go to Tools. I'm going to go to Remove Doubles. 4 verts removed. And that's taken away our dot. So what I basically did was put a dot over the top of a dot, or a vert over a vert. And what I've done was say, I don't want that to happen. If there's any double faces, remove them. And that's basically what we've done. We've removed the double faces. But that still didn't fix this other problem. Let's go into texture mode. You can see we've got a problem. You can see straight away we've got a problem. And it looks like, yes, this face, this face, this face, and this face, and on the opposite sides, that one, that one, that one, and above, that one needs to be flipped. So we can go into these mark seams. No. There was a way of flipping normals here, but the way I do it is W, get under there, F. For flip normals, WF. Now you can see all of our faces with the little aqua lines are facing the correct way. Sometimes you'll see models in Second Life and there'll be just like a cube missing out the corner of it, or a cube missing. And you look at it and you go, something's wrong with that model. And then you realise that the face is not there. But if you look into the model and look outwards, the face will be there because it's facing the wrong direction. So A, select everything, deselect everything. I'm going to select that edge and this edge. I'm now going to go into, I don't know, where am I going to go to? Let's go Control 3 and go under. I want to look at it reasonably square on. And I'm also wanting to look at this on the wireframe mode so I can see what I'm doing. I want to go extrude and scale on the X. Extrude scale X. And I think that's half decent, I think, where it is right there. It's not even. Something's wrong there. Or maybe that's just the way I'm looking at it. I'm not 100% sure. Did our faces go the right way? Looks like it. Go back into solid mode to check. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Whoa. Jesus, that's not looking good at all. Let's go to front mode, because I know that's going to be square. Go down. One of our faces aren't, the alignment's not right. It's not, yeah, I'm not liking it. Let's go get rid of that one, and we'll grab this on the X. We'll try and make it semi-decent. There we go. And with Shift, we'll highlight that other one again. It kind of looks, I don't know how you say it, kind of looks even now. Let's go back into Control 3. Back into wireframe mode. Oops. Now I want to bring it down to the bottom of there, because we're now filling in that step. And the sides, you know what I'm talking about. Come on guys. Go extrude on the Z. And we're going to go to the dot on the number pad to zoom in, get an idea of where we're going, grab on Z. It looks half decent. There you go. That looks good. That's good. Go back into solid mode so we can see what we're doing. So basically we've got the under part of the chassis pretty much done. The technical parts are going to be removing faces on the fronts and rears and bending things and, well, not bending, sorry, scaling and all that. We're going to quickly go out to that image there. I'm going to go extrude scale X. And the faces went the right way for me. Beautiful. I like it. I'm going to go quickly A to deselect everything, go into vert mode. I want to see my verts. This is just the way I do things. I mean, I'm sure there's a better way of doing it, but at least I know that the verts are connected. Merge at last. There you go. Simples. Now back into verts on this side. Over there, merge at last. A. Spin the model around. pick a vert down here so I can zoom in on it. I've actually picked a good vert. Okay, good on you. Merge at last. A to deselect. Merge at last. Now, merging is Alt M. However, it doesn't know what's last. It's got no idea. So I prefer to choose it by hand. So let's go pick some verts. Go 1, 2, 3, merge, and you'll see all the shortcuts are Alt M. This thing doesn't know if it's first, last, center, cursor, collapse. It's got no idea. So you've got to actually select it properly. In the newest updates, it might be different again. Oh, I've got no idea. This version of Blender doesn't want to tell me. Doesn't want to tell me what version it is. I'd imagine it'd be 2.6 point. Oh jeez, I've had it for a while. Oh, 2.74, version 2.74. There you go. Says it up there. I'm pretty sure they're up to 2.9s or 3.1s now or something like that. Okay, so from here, I'm not going to fill in this area here. Not just yet. Because a lot of this area is actually going to be shrunk down, moved around. But at least we've got our scale, or a standard, for here, for along this point. So that's where we're at right now. I'm pretty happy with where we are. Next time around, I think it would be wise to look into shaping the fronts and rears. Obviously, look at all the verts we've got up the top. Let's select a couple so we can zoom in. These verts up here, they're not needed. In a perfect world, I would like to see... Jeez, I reckon we'd get away with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 faces. I reckon we'll get away with 8 faces on there. In a perfect world. So, but that's gonna be for next time. Let's go back into Second Life again and have a look at a previous. So everything's exactly the same. I uploaded everything exactly the same as I showed you last time. There's no major. Come on, mate. How hard is it to walk through an object? Serious? Not going to let me. Well, we can walk on it for now. Anyway. That's where we're up to right there. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I've still got to do the doors. The glass windows and things like that, that's easy. That's just a cube. The doors, we'll do a little bit of scripting, make sure that them doors open and close. I was telling you earlier when we get up there, we were talking about this vent. Oh, that's not even circle anymore. We've got a problem. That's not circle anymore. So we've got an overall length issue. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to our... We're going to go into our drawing camera because I said so. Right up here, you're not going to be able to see my camera. My mouse pointer. Sorry, you're not going to see the mouse pointer. But at the top of the model, which is right here, that's where I was going to put the alpha for a rotating fan, so that when I have the locomotive working or idling or running mode, I want the fan to be running, because obviously if the motor is running, you want to take the exhaustion out of the model, exhaust the heat out of the model, out of the motor, sorry. So that's going to be a problem that I've now got in World, and I'm going to have to find out the actual length now. So this could be fun. This could be a lot of fun. I'm going to have to go and ask some questions now. But we'll look into it. For now, I think the overall scale this way, that this way here, that is obviously a problem. So I'm going to do a little bit of research onto that and find out what's going on there. Apart from that, the model looks really good. Actually, now that I look at it, you can see how the vents on the side, they're more vertical than they are longwise. Are people going to notice? I don't know. I have no idea. But it'd be nice to be able to have a good scale happening right now, anyway. For now, I think I'll have a play around with the scale. I'll show you the once I'm finished, I'll show you the textures and everything and what I've done to change. I've actually saved everything for the difference in the model from this one to this one. There is a bit of a difference, whether you can see it or not while I'm panning around. Oh, there you go. There's your left and rights. Original on the left. So the originals on the left hand side, my opposites on the left hand side, and that's the one that we were looking at while I was live streaming the whole time. On the other side, that side, that's the one I photoshopped, smoothed everything out, changed a whole heap of the textures on there as well. So I made sure that everything was, you know, semi-half decent. It's not exactly perfect the way I want it, but it's progression. We're moving forward. We could probably sit on the image all day long, and I don't want to do that. Next thing is to look at the scale. We're to look at the scaling of things. That fan is not going to work for us, so I think we're going to have to bring it out forward. And I've got a funny feeling that this locomotive might be the same length as the 42 class. I'm pretty sure it's the same length. Long, but lower to the ground. So I'll check into that. But next time around we're going to start working on the front and rear end of the chassis, putting in the cow catchers. There's a really weird shape to the front of the catwalk. It's kind of like it's really weird, but I'll show you next time around. I've still got that model, that one there. Obviously, that's the one that you've seen on. Geez, what was that? The when Drax did the railways in Second Life or something like that. It's the exact same model that you've seen me with. So that is what we're pretty much scaling it off. The boys down at Decision, they make some really good models. I use that as a reference. Whether they're 100% correct or not is a different story. But I think for what they've got there, if the modelling community likes what they've done, I'm pretty sure their modelling skills is going to be pretty good for what we're after. I mean, at the end of the day, we could probably slap a few prims together and sell it off, but you know, if you want to have that little bit of a higher quality handmade, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to just put in that little bit extra just to get that bit of a quality, something to set yourself apart as well. But at the end of the day, this is basically what I do. There is a little bit of time involved, I'm not going to lie. It can be frustrating and tedious sometimes, but when you've finally loaded something into Second Life and you see it and other people see it working and people just go, what the hell's going on here? People get blown away. I remember when I first made this, I made a very basic texture. And I think it was 4201. Just like green. Actually, that should be downstairs in the shop, I think, from memory. I remember Mounds and Mayo, he looked at it and just like, what the hell? You could tell it was handmade, but you could tell it wasn't a downloaded model. And I think that's what blew his mind away. So I remember making that. The front end here was, I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see me pointing at the screen. The hardest part of this model was here. That was seriously the hardest part of the model. The rest of it, all done in a day. Really easy. But for now, we're coming close to that 7 PM mark in Australia, Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is almost 12 PM or 2400 SLT. And please remember, it's 2200 SLT now, not 2400, not 2300. The beginning of the videos are always 2400. The signs say 2300. I got to go through and adjust everything, but as soon as I start adjusting things, I'll change time on me again. So it's like, so 2200 or 10 PM, 10 PM SLT, yeah, 10 PM SLT, PM SLT. So that's where we're up to. Have a quick look at that model again. Down on Blender. There's my face cam right there. There. That's where we're up to. We've got a lot of things to do. We've got the basic shape happening. So far, our faces. What? Our faces are not right. Oh no, there they are. Right there. Yeah, that's correct. Yep. we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. And as I was saying right at the very beginning, I cheated. What I've basically done, if I go and have a look at this model right now, you can probably still, oh no, it's gone. Good. I basically opened up earlier before I started. I opened up our upper cab model and I just duped it. And I said save as 48 chassis or something like that. So I already had all my images lined up. Now that we look at it, it's not very well lined up. But anyway, that's what we're up to. We're going to start messing around with these fronts and rears next Monday, 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard or 2200. We're going to go from there. Have some fun. If there's any questions, leave me a comment or ask me in well. You're more than welcome to ask me. And while we're in well too, let's go downstairs. Make sure you get down and check out I haven't exactly had the time just yet to do everything. Everything's loading in slowly. Look at me run. I run like as if I got a big paddle pop stick stuck up my backside. Guess it's better than a Thunderbird walk, isn't it? We're slowly working on getting together a new section here down in Chiltry. And this is going to be, if you remember the Zany Zen Railway from the Second Life birthday party when we were all up on stage, this was Zen Galway's railway, which is the Zany Zen, this one here. And as a group of groups, we always share what we're finding out about other railways or private railways in Second Life. So we're starting to make up a little bit of a new railway scene here. There's a few little different places there as well as part of the groups of groups. This is actually a group, the Great Little Trains of Second Life. It's all narrow gauge, small gauge. I think we need to go down there and do a tour one day too. We need to do a tour. They actually make mesh locomotives down there and they do it a different way. And you'd be shocked. Shocked at how easy it can be because you get to see it in world first before you see it as a mesh object, which we need to go and have a chat with Zany Zen or Zen and see if we can go and have a look around and all that. But that's what we're slowly doing down in the railway community here in Chiltry, trying to bring out the smaller communities and newer communities. We don't get a great deal of time to get to move around and see things around the railways. With mesh coming in, stuff like that, I mean, you can spend 3-4 weeks offline and not even see a thing. So that's probably the worst part about Second Life now, is don't have to be online now, you're just building offline. I guess it's like an anti-social kind of a building thing now, where you used to be able to be in a sandbox and you'd always be there and you'd have people coming around going, oh wow, that's nice. Or I remember the first locomotive I built in a sandbox and people were freaking out going, oh my god, I seen that the other day. I was like, oh geez, okay. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, that's what we're up to down here at the moment. I do know that these guys and girls at the Great, as it reses in for me, the Great Little Trains of Second Life, they are now in event mode. I think it's wintertime over in England at the moment, so they got a lot of events going on. I'll try my best to inform people in the Virtual Railway Consortium about what's going on. Try my best anyway. Things tend to get a little bit busy, so, but that's what we're up to at the moment. So you got 3 places. Zen has the Zany Zen Railway. There's another mob out there that Zen is built for. That's Lexicolo, and there's also another place called Dreamshire. So go down and check them out. That's all Zen's builds, but different owners. So check them out. They are going good at the moment, and they are also having a lot of events. Make sure you get down there and check them out. Press the press the panel, and it'll give you a whole heap of landmarks. And that's just, I've got a lot more to do for the display at the moment, but anyway, then we'll see it. For now, I've got to get out of here, and we'll see you next time around. Don't forget, you can watch all the Drax files right here. Not all of them, just the railways made in SL. That was part of the Second Life birthday videos. You can watch them all there. Turn your media player on, or you can go over here, and Key has now put in the video to Treat TV's video with Mounds and Mayo and Mary Ann McCann. So you can go and have a chat with them. Not chat, go and watch their video, and it's old school. You'll be shocked to see the different changes around the railway here on the head of Sarah Adol. Something different anyway. But for now, I gotta jet off. And try and figure out what's going on tomorrow. So anyway, for now, I'm out of here. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for everyone that's liked the videos and subscribed as well. You're more than welcome to go up and actually have a look at that build. I'm not hiding anything up there. There's nothing there to be stressed out about. But yeah, we'll catch you all next Monday. Thanks for liking the videos. Thanks for subscribing to all the people that have been subscribing. Thank you very much. And I'll try and get these times sorted out on the posters next time. Yeah. Have fun. Thanks again.